just you.
I think it's yellow.
I think it's just you.
I don't know who's yellow, but yeah.
My 3 lags today. That's the first
Yeah, that's
one
yellow.
away, and I've lost 2.
When you stand up here,
It's weird thing. It's
when you stand up here, you can see whoever's gone on top of the cushion, so the yellow.
This is what Chase was showing me. Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Lucky that I know that guy do the referee course.
See, yeah, Chase did it with me at the American Open. We're in the quarters. And
Yeah.
Chase lagging, and I thought it was me. He's like, no, it's definitely me. I'm like, no, I'm not having it. He's like, he didn't even come around and look. I'm like, look.
He just stand right here, and then he can tell straight away which ball.
And he's like, oh, just do this. And I was like, all right. And then he went enough on the break. I was like, all right, you can have it. Left it like 4 balls on the hole.
Yeah, after that,
You guys not waiting for the ref?
I don't know. What?
oh, I can be the ref.
And Chase is ref and timekeeping.
Is he? Oh, fuck. No timekeeping, man. Oh, you can't start it anyway, actually. You've got that iPad or tablet, whatever it is. Yeah, right. He's here. It's right there. Chase, you got one job.
Get him right before he comes over. You get one good one.
You don't get tablets, you can't start the match. Oh.
I'd kind of rather him run him, if they don't split, I can blame him.
Oh, I do.
See, I told you I'm snatching all individuals somewhere.
And then as soon as I think I'm just get, I'm not worried about the front wheels, get one thing in the back, just gonna bottle up every race after that.
Yeah, right.
But the first 3 races in the final.
Oh, you got it, you got it.
Yeah, I find it's nice going forward, so I just ordered that one. It's like,
I've got someone cook it.
I'll leave it here so that he can share it.
These just squirting sideways, they won't move it. So if I'm not getting the wheel, then nothing's going everywhere. As soon as I submit them, sort of start the rest down.
He's here. So you rest both tables? Good on you.
You're ready to go, aren't you, Dave?
Yeah, where's Stephen? Go okay.
30 seconds. Broe. Broe. Broe 2. Break. Only one break. Time running.
Yeah, no, I'll be there. I don't know where we're staying yet.
30 seconds. Yellow balls in play. snooker. Up. One free shot, one visit. Total snooker. Up. One free shot, one visit. Seconds. Rise and ball.
Chase.
Over the ball, hit the back rail, hit the arse.
It's a foul, isn't it? It jumps over. Yeah.
Time running. Yellow balls in play. Red balls in play. Seconds. 30 seconds. seconds.
Alrighty, so thank you for those tuning in to YouTube and the BAPA Blackball IPA Series Event 2. I am commentating here with Bronson Blackmore, who is trying to figure out how to press the unmute button on his microphone, which I'm sure he'll figure out any second now. These are very technical little contraptions these. They have a little button on the bottom. But for those tuning in, we have Patrick Hood versus Broe Shiells. It's been an interesting start to the finals so far. Broe obviously taking a very commanding 3-0 lead. We also have on the other stream table Temujin Dixon, the Cash Hunter, versus Stephen Sirichuk in the amateurs.
Jumped a little bit, but it's still fine.
Oh no, yeah, as long as you don't go over it, you're fine.
Alright, I'm here.
So Bronson has finally arrived.
Yep, I worked out the button scenario.
So as we can see here, we've got Broe, who's on reds at the moment.
Bro's in a very good spot. He that was actually probably, yeah. I hadn't seen Paddy miss many shots like that.
Yeah, actually, I quite like the position he's in here. And I think he probably needs to hit that a little bit harder.
He should be
Just to try and bounce that yellow out a little bit further for the red. He still has a red that can go to multiple pockets there, which is fine.
He should be right, but that red can also come off the side cushion, off the yellow and into the pocket, so he should be okay.
Yeah.
He's just got to negotiate these two reds here. I can't quite see he's going to have to run through.
I think the shot on here will be running through on that bottom red, going far enough forwards if he can then either come off the cushion depending on the angle, or as he has here,
I think he just read his mind.
Maybe a little bit of top right, and just coming onto the right hand side of this red to put down into that left bottom pocket, which will hopefully give him enough angle if he lands right for the black to the middle. So this shot's all about execution from here.
The cursed blackball table.
Absolutely the cursed blackball table, which has been a bit of a pain in my backside all weekend. These tables are actually, it's very belying on stream as you see them, as you look at these pockets and go, yep, they're quite open, but I can tell you, unless you're the Cash Hunter Temujin Dixon, then potting becomes very difficult for most of us standard human beings.
Do you think Paddy will just come straight off the top rail, put the black in the
bottom, into
put
the
black
bottom right,
in the
I believe.
same pocket that the red's sitting in, or do you think he'll come off too?
It passes very cleanly and play it with top
And comes off too.
Oh, and he has missed it. And I think this match so far with Paddy Hood, you can see with his hand expressions and his gestures there, he knows he's not losing these games at the moment for any other reason besides his shots of himself. And these shots that he's missed like that, Paddy would knock those in all day, every day.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend.
It has.
It's been pretty emotional with the AFL Grand Final. Congratulations to the Collingwood.
Yes, congratulations to all the Collingwood supporters. So there'll be a lot of hungover, and for some reason there'll be some angry Collingwood supporters because they're hungover, but they'll be happy they won the finals.
Oh,
That's a
hang on.
very big miss. That will just catch the
All
dry
right,
bounce
Broe.
out here.
Bro's just let Paddy off, and that could actually become a turning point of the match, being 3-1.
And
You'd love to be
this is the
4-1
one-
as opposed to 3-2.
Yeah, absolutely, and that definitely would have railroaded him. And he looks like he's
hang on, this
overrun
is
this.
just what's going on here. It's like quicksand, mate. When you make one mistake, you seem to make more and more and more.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, I think Paddy has no choice but to clip off it and just leave as much distance as he can.
Yeah, I think the smartest. That's a fantastic shot, actually. So he's worried more about the black ball dying on the rail than he has with the white ball coming down to the bottom cushion.
I don't think there's enough distance, to be honest. I think he was trying to get that white ball up on the top cushion. But
Yeah.
I don't think he's given it enough distance. I back Broe the way he's queuing. I back him to knock this in.
And he's hit the cushion first with the black ball as he's pushed it up. So if Paddy puts this in with a little bit of confidence, that'll be enough to get him back into it in his own headspace.
So this will be interesting now for this match because, like I said, 3-2 is a big difference to 4-1.
Yeah, and this is we've had a lot of these discussions in terms of matches where that one game, that one frame is what can project you towards the end result. And as you said, a 4-1 difference is massive, and there's a lot of times where you might be 6-4 down or 6-4 up, and you're sort of that game taking you to 7-4. That's a big gap in comparison.
Yep. So for me, it's all about body language, and it also comes down to resilience and how quickly a player. Nice little zoom in on Bro's reaction from Dan there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Dan
it's
is
more or
certainly
less
picking up what you're putting down.
it's more or less just to see if Bro's able to shake that off, forget about that frame, and move on. And realise that at one stage in this match he was 3-0 up, and he can regain another 3 frames again.
And the emotional starts to this is actually going to come into it in this frame, because I believe Paddy had a fantastic break here. It's a very nice spread, this first ball. I suppose that's now mapped his out. So we know he's going to be trying to use that top ball as the last ball. And I'll be honest, I was about to say I actually like the idea of screwing back to this ball now, and he's got some brilliant angle here where he can run this down. As long as it comes on the right hand side of that middle red and yellow and misses those, he's on either of those 2 balls at the bottom. He's played that wonderfully.
That's a good shot. I was a bit concerned because these tables have been sliding a bit this weekend, so I was a bit concerned he might not have had enough angle. But yes, Paddy's going to take control of this match very, very quickly.
He's played that well, and this is where it's going to be in Bro's head that that one shot on that black has cost him 2 frames, not the one.
Bro's an experienced enough player, mate. He should be able to turn around and just shake it off and move on.
Absolutely, but
he's very composed. He
is in
doesn't
everybody's
let a
head.
lot of stuff get to him. But for the viewers watching, 3-all is much better than 4-1, 4-0.
So probably one of the
So we're back to a square game. What's it a race to? 10?
race to 10 on this one.
Race to 10. Oh, race to 7. Which, when you think about it, that's a long match. Race to 7. There's plenty of things. So if you're capable of just realising you start fresh at 0-0, and it's now a race to 7, you can get back in the game real quick.
It's a good way to think about it. It's actually a very good way to think about it.
Yeah, it'd be good if I took my own advice. Now Broe has broken and gone dry. So this is where Paddy starts to make his mark. 0-0, race to 7. He wants to go up 1-0.
And obviously we see here he's going to be taking the reds. He'll dolly this white ball into the middle of the table here.
Oh,
And
see, they're just running a little bit too far, and they're not fast by any means, but they're sliding a lot more.
yeah, I'd agree with you. And I would have thought, you know, over the play over the weekend, the cloth coming into it.
The two reds down here near the black. Obviously, one of them is clean and open, but the other one is going to have to open up a little bit. What ball is he going to use to do this?
I believe he should be using this red, playing the white ball a little bit higher, so he can put the red in the bottom right-hand pocket and then slide off. And he actually wants to catch the yellow, just that quarter ball on the yellow that is next to that red.
See, that looks dead straight to me from where I'm sitting.
Exactly like so, but he was hoping to miss that red. He's still okay. Even that red on the cushion here, it still does connect for a red ball into the middle, but then he needs to be careful on the positioning for the
I
red
think
to the
he's going
bottom
to have
left
to go
corner.
up and down, because that's never going to fall in. So I think he had to play that with more conviction and go up. But the problem was he was going to run into some trouble. He's still got the ball over the pocket, and he's still got the black covered. See, I can't quite tell if the angle's there. I like it if Broe can pot that ball down in the, I guess, bottom right corner, come around off 2 and pot the red that, using the white for a skill shot, pot the red that Paddy just put over the pocket.
Looks like he's trying to take that out in this shot. It's a very good effort.
He's
Very good effort. But I
just
think
missed it, and not only has he just missed it, but he's put himself in a
now he's in a
awkward
tougher
situation.
position. And while I do understand the reasoning behind that shot, I also don't think it was the right shot to play at this point in time for that. Just the black ball in the way. He could have put himself in a bit more danger pushing the black ball down. I mean, best result would be that black ball potting that red and leaving the gap for that yellow.
But I'm pretty certain that yellow, if he can get on it, that yellow will actually skill shot onto that red. That red is so far into that pocket that he'll be able to play the follow through skill shot.
Yep.
But he's got to get on it. I thought that was the shot right there, but he's just run it slightly too far.
He's cued that really well. He cued that really well. He had nice timing on his backswing. As I said, it's a little bit blowing on stream with these jaws, as they're not as inviting as they look. So even here, this red ball into the middle, the white ball catching the yellow, and white ball sitting.
It'll slide off about 3 inches off the yellow.
Yep. And that's perfect.
Alright, that's a large 3 inches, but yeah. And now he'll just stun this across, put the black back in the corner. He plays a really nice stun shot, Paddy, but he plays an even better stun screw.
I do agree, and we discussed this last night about Patrick Hood's cueing action. So he's got a very nice cueing action, and I think the pause on his cueing action is what gives him a lot of his delivery.
Yeah, he's just got good timing. Mm-hmm. He hits the ball without a lot of power and still manages to get a lot of work in the white ball.
Yes.
And that's just pure timing. Alright, so 4-3. Broe definitely had his chance there. I didn't mind the shot where he potted the yellow and tried to pot the red over the corner, but I think he was trying to come off the cushion and push the black away from that pocket. I don't think he was actually necessarily trying to pot the red over the corner, but if he got it, he got it. He just saw the angle of kicking the black.
Seeing a dry break from Paddy here, and I do believe this is one of those games now where Broe needs to step up to the plate now. This is the time where he needs to dig deep, and he needs to punish this as a dry break.
Well, first glance, they're all on for the yellows. They've all got. There's nothing you need to do to move them. You just need to control the white ball.
If you're taking yellows, the very first yellow is going to be your hardest shot.
Well, you can take the one in the centre. It's a pretty easy shot. You can take the one in the centre.
Yep. Though if you're running into that yellow that's just below it, then
you shouldn't touch it.
moving some reds here is, and that's that scary. That's that scary.
I'm not sure why he opened that up, because it was already open into that same pocket. I think he could have played a bit of screw and just come out and not hit that yellow. But once again, they're all on. It's just a matter of potting them now. Like there's nothing blocking anything. There's some awkward positioning that needs to be played.
Well, I think
it's all about mapping here.
I think this mapping here is this ball. This ball is taking on the right rail. This is going to be that end shot, and he's got a little bit of gap in between those two balls where he can play it pretty safely. And now with this yellow over to the left-hand side, it gives him nice angle to come down the table, and he'll end up. I personally think he should end up on the right-hand side of the table, playing that yellow that's by the red against the rail. I think that from the natural angle he's going to achieve from this cut here, I think that is definitely going to be the way he wants to.
See, I think if he hits it, depending on how hard he hits it, I was thinking he's just going to try and roll onto the.
That's nicely done. So he'd be playing this yellow here, a stun shot, and this yellow that's by the red. Then he can take the yellow down to the bottom right-hand pocket. Yes, I know I'm pointing to you, but that's I'm describing it as I'm pointing it for the.
But you're just saying this yellow, that yellow.
This yellow right next to the red. I think
that's
really
a good yellow.
You need to play a bit of a stun shot there. So it looks like this mapping is going to be taking the black into the left-hand pocket. I actually would have taken that yellow that he's just looking at now to the bottom right-hand side straight after that shot. And then...
I think it goes very clean into the centre. That's a great shot. It gives him a chance to just do a little soft screw back off this yellow. Look at him cue, so aggressive.
I was going to say, he's queuing very, very far away.
Very nice. That's what he does. He's always had like a foot long. Now he'll just stun across and put the black back in the same
side
in the
pocket.
same side pocket that he landed on. I'm pretty sure he'll stun. There we go.
And he's cued that very nicely.
And we're back to 4-all. Taking a seat now.
The man is finally taking a seat.
Well, my foot.
Can we get a score check on the Temujin-Stephen match?
6-1 to 10.
6-1 to Temujin.
Oh. Looks like it's about to be 6-2. Oh, lovely shot.
We just see a little bit of a fist pump there from Stephen Surichek. This could be the comeback against Tem that could happen from here.
The stream not working for that match? It is working? Oh, okay. So they would have seen the skill shot?
No, if the white would have landed touching ball on the black. Yeah, that would have been just.
Tango who is making wishes to the Magic Genie, so if only I had a touch ball. I'm just shooting there. I'm actually not even Steve on the screen. I'll just stir it up. It's not even on. It's not on.
Oh.
What's happened? Did you mute it? You better not have been mute on the entire time, because you talked a lot.
Alright, so We're just seeing a nice red here from Paddy Hood, taking the red into the right middle. I do believe he's going to... I don't think it's gone far enough for that bottom left-hand side, but now it's going to be the interesting tracking to taking this red to the top right-hand side, I think, and moving forwards with the white. But it looks like he's got a little bit of a swerve shot here. She's played well.
I'm really confused on where these balls link up.
See, I really thought that taking the top right hand pocket red first would you could run the white ball forwards, which would give you enough angle to screw back into that yellow and red if that was the way he was going to play it in an aggressive manner. I think now he's going to play a little bit smarter.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doubles the yellow into the corner pocket and runs around.
He's taken exactly a shot.
Because then his next shot he could have played that red off the yellow into the centre pocket.
I like that, actually. As the old English say, I like it a lot, do you know what I mean?
Would you like a cup of tea?
I like a cup of tea with those biscuits and scones.
Don't forget the crisps. It's all about the crisps.
All about the crisps. So Broe needs to put this in nice and crisp. She has done so. He has slightly ran back on the white, but I mean it shows that he's queuing well through the white. It's just going to be about control for him now, I think.
But I think he might be aiming to put this one in the centre and screw down into the yellow-red combination.
I think he's going to be doing exactly that. He's a bit stiff. I think it's okay here. So if he doesn't open up those reds up the top of the table there.
So I like this, taking the one in the corner now, drifting off the top side cushion and landing between those two yellows, and then playing the yellow under the black skill shot into the red over the corner pocket. Should swallow it and give him still a little bit of control. Because while that
he's playing a
red,
smart safety here, he's going to force the potting of that red. The only issue that he does here is, he's got a touching ball on the red, so that's quite a good shot. Actually,
that's not good. Paddy's going to be very happy about that.
So is that a free shot to open up that red?
That's the problem. The shot, if it wasn't touching, I still don't think you would have seen Paddy pot the red near the corner. I think he would have just played for the one under those two that he just hit. Just from what I've seen him do in other matches this weekend. But Bro's...
He's trying very hard to...
Well, he has to reverse
to manipulate.
He has to reverse double it. He's running out of chances to open it up, so he's just going to have to drop it on. He's going to have to back double this, knowing full well that he doesn't have to worry about position so much because he's got the yellow over the corner pocket to get back up to pop the one over the centre. So it's just about making sure you pot this.
And he's nailed it. That's a very good
And he's
shot.
hit it. He doesn't just hit it in, he's hit it with authority. You sure we're not playing on 9-ball tables?
Straight to the bank with that one.
Does that black go past that red into the centre pocket?
I think with the right pace, it will.
I think I would rather play it
into the same middle as where I actually think he's going to. I actually think he might have to play this yellow with enough top right hand side to bring the white ball back onto this side of the table where he's hitting from now.
The boy's gone crazy.
It's an awkward shot.
It's a great shot because if he just cuts this into the centre, he's going to go corner. But if he just dribbles this into the centre, the white will drift past the red in the middle of the table, allowing him to put the black back into this corner.
By the way, his queuing, I think, is going to the top left hand.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
He just got his perfect position, but if he just dribbled it into the centre pocket, he would have got natural position for the black on the same angle he's on now.
A fairly clean straight shot here by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And he would just stun back.
He'll just stun to the side.
Yep, perfect.
Perfect.
He's cued that well, he's paced that well.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly and just got a natural stun out of it.
And you can see there
They just throw in
just a little bit of a cue pump from Paddy Hood there after he's put that black in. So obviously he feels very, very good after that, and we can see by his demeanour.
Well, he was 3-0 down. He's now come back to 5-4. We get Chase Daly doing a fantastic job as
the head referee for the weekend.
A Beffa B, which is what the back of his shirt says. I'm starting to think the R and the R's, having that black spot in, they're supposed to be white. The old Beffa B.
Yep. We'll call him the B for B.
The B for B. But yeah, the number one ref.
Old Chase Daly is definitely the man who's the most experienced with the rules in the room. He has trained several people to become Blackball referees, so if anybody has any interest in becoming a Blackball referee, either contact Chase Daly directly or BAPA. They'll run you through a referee's course. I've heard it's very good, very simple to understand, but very thorough.
And Paddy, it looks like he's dropped the white. I hated it when you get kicked in, because you've done nothing wrong, and the white gets kicked in.
And especially on a spread like that, you know, there hasn't been a heap of movement on all of the balls. They actually have just spread out. They haven't really run away too far, but again, as you said, that just that little kick from one ball to the white to put it in is that frustrating part. And Bro's got quite an open table here, and I do believe me personally, I would be taking the yellows.
What would you use for your free shot? Because I believe if you have it, you should use it. So what would you use?
What would I use for the free shot here? I actually probably wouldn't be using the free shot here. I know the concept behind using it, but I would probably be playing the exact same shot as Broe just did. But instead of playing with bottom and coming down the table, I would have been playing up the table to come off the cushion with the white ball. That's just a personal comfortability, I think, on that one. What would you have used for your free shot? Would you have killed a red?
I don't know. I'm a little bit different to other people. I liked both colours. I probably would have killed a red. If I was going to go yellows, I would make sure I'd kill a red on the free shot. Because as you said, you technically didn't need to use your free shot. And because they were all there anyway. But now, if you do fall out, like, he's still okay. I think that white passes for that yellow in the centre.
Yep.
So if that's the case, he's still okay. But if you had have pushed a red safe or put it on the bottom rail or something, it just gives Paddy another level of difficulty when and if you do miss. And of course, if you don't miss, there's no need for it. I think he's played that very well.
I think he's paced that very nicely, actually.
I believe he's going to run through about 5-6 inches past the yellow just to land on the other yellow into the centre.
Yep, and he'll stun back just that ever so slightly so he can still see the yellow to the bottom right and take the black ball into the left middle.
He'll probably screw back about 2 feet so that he has a nice angle between the two reds. might even come off the cushion first. Just depends on the... Is he happy with it? Oh, look at his face. His face will tell the story. I think it looks good. So now the question
I
is...
actually think he may need to come cushion first here.
Even if he
Or
does, he's not going to hit
very
it hard
slightly.
enough. He's just going to drop it in and put the black back in the centre pocket.
Absolutely. A little bit of a lolly in.
He's only going to just drop this in pocket weight.
Yep.
What a great shot. Couldn't have landed better. Very nice. This is a good match.
It's a good match. Brings us to 5-all. So, as you keep saying, it's going to be a race to 5 now.
We've had the benefit of having... I didn't get to see the Colby Pool Taylor Mayer final, but we've had the benefit of having 2 really close Pro-Ams and Pro finals.
The finals of the series has been quite interesting. We are going to see, we've had Temujin in both finals. We saw Greg Segal take out one final, and for those who were watching that, we did see Temujin Dixon, who was very unlucky on a kiss. However, Greg Segal played very well through the match, definitely at the start, powered out of the gates.
Yeah, he was 5-0 up.
So nice little spread here. Paddy Hood actually does have a very good break, I have noticed.
Sorry, mate. I was just watching Tem clean up these last 2 reds and a black.
Yes, Tem is definitely the show horse.
So
He does have a very, very good shot selection in his repertoire.
he does, but he also just doesn't need perfect positioning. He's got such great potting ability that he can just land within the vicinity of something, and he's happy with it. If he's a little bit off, a little bit left, a little bit to the side, he just compensates for it. And
Just
Tem Dixon wins the amateurs again.
Again.
Congratulations, Tem.
Congratulations, Tem.
Commiserations, Steve.
You know what happened? They already paid me second prize halfway through that with me.
Commiserations, mate. Well done on making it through.
So we will get a quick interview with both of those fellas when we do the trophy presentation. So we have a long pot on the red here, but I do like how these 3 balls do connect towards the black as well. Taking the red on the right hand side of the table, he has missed that, but he has landed quite nicely if he had potted that.
Tem, have you got twins? Yep, that's what I thought. So Tem's just won 1 trophy for each twin, and he's decided that he's going to. He's got the one from last month. He's got the one from this month for the amateurs, and when he wins the 3rd one, he's going to give it to me.
So I do believe Tem and his partner might be looking at having another child soon, so then he can have the 3rd trophy to that child.
Make sure that could never happen years ago.
Can always be reversed.
How about myself? Anesthetic, you can't talk for doing this.
Oh.
Just getting a couple of background facts on Tim Dixon there, which is nice.
All right, back to this match.
So Bro's on a very nice run out here. He's going to be taking the yellow to the right hand pocket, but it looks like he's going to be able to run the white ball forwards, maybe even clip into that black ball a little bit so he can take the yellow to the bottom left. He's played that nicely. This will give him some good angle to run up towards the table.
I think he's going to have to run in behind the red.
I looked at that, but I thought a little bit of screw. I definitely think avoiding that red.
He's going to play bottom
to go
right,
above.
but in behind the red. I thought it was played right, but I just thought I thought he was trying to land on the ones in the centre by playing it that way. I thought if he played it with a touch aside, he'd be more inclined to land down in the balk line and clear that one up down there first, leaving the other 2 for the centre that he could get a position on the black. Now Paddy's got this ball, what I call the dreaded centres. He's going to play it. This is where his timing comes into play, because he wants to screw back and get on this other one. He knows how hard it is and how they jump out of the pockets, so he's just made sure he pots out. He'd rather give himself a chance. Just give himself a look at it. He's confident enough to knock this in. I've put the Paul Pike, Jamie Stevens and Steve Jamison curse on him, which I apologise for. But look, there was no world I live in where I didn't think that Paddy Hood was going to knock that in. I think if anything, I felt like he hit it maybe a bit too hard and sort of rushed it a bit.
I agree with you, and I think from here, even cutting this yellow ball into the right-hand centre, running the white ball up, gives him some nice angle, but
he's just going to drop down onto the balk line roughly where his cue is. He doesn't want to land dead straight on it. He wants to give himself a touch of angle.
Yeah, just a little bit of angle, just so he can.
I'm just wondering with how they're
centre.
running. It might run a bit too far though. We'll see how his touch is right now. Yeah, perfect balk line. Touch seems perfect. And that black clearly passes the red into the corner, and I think that's where he's going to be putting it.
Well, it'll be about the position of this ball here. So it looks like he's going to run through and take the black to the opposite corner.
He is. I think he had both options. If he didn't run through far enough, he could just drop that in and come across. So he's playing bottom though. I don't know what he's doing.
Run through.
Very nice. What are we at now? Is that 6-all or 6-5?
And takes Broe back to the lead at 6-5.
6-5, bro.
So Broe in the lead for the second time of this match.
Oh, Tam's grabbed his trophy and he's done a runner.
Yep, Tim has done the runner. He
He's
does
like,
not
I've had
want
enough.
another interview.
I'm not hanging around for another interview.
So we might as well start calling him Temujin Cash.
Terminator.
No, we'll call him Cash and Dash.
Cash and Dash. Mate, he's the Terminator. Temujin the Terminator Dixon.
So you can see Paddy a little bit, looks like he's got into concentration mode actually.
Look at the break. And look at the break and the horrible leave. You got a ball and nothing looks on.
No, and I think from here, like just the safety little wide at the top here. He's taken on a pot there.
It would have worked well if he got it, because he opened up enough of the yellow that was in those reds to get him out. But unfortunately, being 6-5 down, I'm not sure if that was.
I actually think I would have lollied into the
best
yellow,
option,
put it
but
into the red, forced a bit of a tactical battle there.
I think Bro's going to look at. I don't know. I originally thought he was going to look at playing the red onto the. Play the yellow into the corner and screw around the red and into the other red, opening up the other yellow.
30 seconds.
That's good enough.
That'll do. That little bit of a flick on the red has made that yellow vastly easier. And I think you can actually utilise this if he drops that yellow into the middle pocket, bounces out a little bit on the white ball, and you can play that yellow on the top that he's just opened up a little bit.
That was a very good clip.
It's beautiful.
He can just drop. He can just. I don't know if he can drop this in, because of the way that the balls are sliding. I think he might run
I think based on this angle,
He might just stun it a little bit, give himself a bit more angle on the yellow to come around off 2 cushions.
I just feel the risk factor in taking this yellow to the right hand side is just a little bit too high for me. I'd much prefer to take the yellow that's at the top left, play it with a little bit of right hand side and top just to run outwards.
Yeah,
Let's just say here, and this is that shot where
he'll stun this, and I think he'll come off 2 cushions. He likes to play a lot of stun. I think he'll stun this with a bit of screw, maybe even possible a little bit of right hand side, come off 2 cushions and come back towards the middle of the table, giving himself, if he goes too short, he's got the one in the centre of the table back to the corner pocket, and if he goes too far, he's got the other ones.
he's played that nicely.
Yeah, I can comment on him. I just can't play him. He cued that very well.
The weight of the white ball is very nice as well.
I hope he's not straight on this. I hope he's got a little bit of angle so that he can just slide over to the one on the rail. I think he tried to cheat it a little bit to get better positioning.
Yeah, I do believe so as well.
Sometimes you just have to take your medicine.
And this shot here, I have seen Paddy Hood do this shot here, taking this red ball to the left-hand side and just stunning and dragging the white ball to the right. Well, he's actually cued right into that.
And snookered himself.
So I've seen Paddy Hood do a lot of those shots where he will stun almost directly sideways from the ball.
Yep.
And I'm surprised he actually tried to go into those balls to break them out.
We're going to
It hasn't
see...
landed too bad here.
I think we're going to see Broe have a crack at the double.
I actually think here from this position you almost have to take on this double to the middle. I don't know that there's another way out of it, and there's going to be so much trouble on the white ball. You've always got the yellow ball that's towards the top of the table.
I think if you're going to double it though, you have to screw down into the red. You want to hold for the yellow that's under the black. And then you can run around, get on the other yellow and screw back for it. But I think
I do see what you're saying.
if he feels confident with the double, I'm just having a look, it could become a triple. So that way he could force the angle into the red. I felt like that was needed to be a triple there.
I do think he probably needed a little bit more time on that one.
I thought I heard Chase call 30 seconds.
Well, he still had the exact amount of time that it would have taken for him to line it up the first time.
Are they playing 30-30?
30-30, I do believe.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So Paddy has gotten into that white ball again, and I think on these tables, the way Paddy's been screwing into these, the white ball slides so much.
It's just his timing again. He barely hit that, and look at how fast it screwed off.
This is very nicely controlled white ball there. So this is going to be a clinical out by Patrick Hood, taking red ball to the left-hand corner, a red ball to the right-hand corner, leaving himself a little bit of angle just to float down the middle of the table.
No,
I think he might have bounced out a
he
bit
is
too
not
far
going to
now.
do that. He's going to roll through and give himself a long red, I believe.
I think he might be punching into this and trying to bring the white ball backwards.
This will be very good queuing. It was good queuing, and he's landed exactly where I kind of thought he would have anyway. This is going to be very difficult because he's got to just drop this in, miss the black, and run through. Oh, alright, that was way straighter than it looked on my angle.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a lot straighter than what it looked on the TV.
That was very good. 6-all.
And that'll put a fair chunk of confidence into Patrick Hood, I do believe, after...
The boys are getting their money's worth, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we've gone from a race to 10 to a race to 7
to a race to 5.
to now it's a race to 4. very happy that Broe made it through to the final. He didn't really have the rub of the balls in the last month's tournaments, and not only is he playing well, but he beat the Pro-Am champion for this one in Greg Siegel, not once but twice.
Scratched the light bulb, unfortunately. And you are right. Broe certainly has stepped it up this weekend. I am glad to see him in a finals. It's very nice to see him also power out.
These are all pretty much throw-ins for Paddy, I would say.
I believe as
Broe was very...
as Jamie Stevens would say, the old, is it the Tem tap-ins?
Tem tap-ins?
Tem tap-ins? I know Tem gets a lot of love, Tem. He gets a lot of mentions.
He does. The strawberry field is out. Like, I get a whole heap of them, mate. There is...
Yep, he's on the straws.
It doesn't really... I'm not going to commentate on which way Paddy's going to go on this one, because I think he could go 4 different ways and still get the same result.
And he's just used that black ball a lot better than I thought.
Well, he probably had to bring it out because of where those 2 yellows were. His angle's just going to roll this in, come back out to the middle of the table. Or not even the middle of the table, just past the balk line.
Oh,
he's
still okay.
Still okay. He's still okay.
But
maybe a touch.
That will put a little bit of fear in Patrick Hood, I think, on the queuing.
I think he just played that red quickly and without thinking about it.
Yes.
There was no timing there.
So Patrick Hood is very much a momentum player. Very, very much a momentum player. But when he's on a roll, he's very, very hard to stop.
And especially now that he's won that one and it's his break, and he's got one of the biggest breaks in the room. I believe he's still using the break cue that he's borrowed, or I don't know if he now owns it because he's playing better with it than Joel Younger does, but it's Joel Younger's break cue, and yeah, Paddy Hood just annihilates the table when he hits the balls.
Do we have any specs on this break cue?
Yeah, it's good.
So just a shout out to Joel Younger and Slate Bar for the 2023 Barpa Nationals. They were fantastic. Thank you, Joel.
It's gone dry. This is Bro's chance to get back in the game. Unfortunately, he has to find a yellow. He's only got the one in the corner.
I would also like to give a shout out to Budget Motels, one of Barpa's main sponsors. So we've had a lot of players through Barpa stay all around the country, actually, not just for this event here or the IPA events, but definitely hit up Budget Motels as a Barpa member and as a pool player and support the business. They will give you great discounts, good rates, and a very, very good night's sleep, which we have not had over this weekend.
Look, I am not going to be one to blame a lack of sleep for my poor pooling ability. But it was because of a lack of sleep that I played like crap. No, yeah, I don't know. Just it wasn't happening for me this weekend. But there's another month going to go to Johannesburg beforehand, representing Australia.
Congratulations! That'll
and
be a
I'm
good
totally
trip.
wrapped about that. But look, after that, when I get back, there will be, after I'll have had enough practice in Johannesburg, there's another one of these in November, and I think it's time I need to redeem myself for my efforts this weekend. So look out, I'm coming.
Take one of those out. One of those little trophies will be yours.
Yeah,
in November,
hopefully that's
I
my
think.
goal. But if I don't get one, just as long as I don't, I'll be happy not to win one. But just as long as I can walk away knowing that I played the best I could possibly play.
So for those of you at home, Bronson Blackmore is on stream at the moment, who is commentating with myself, Alan Martineau. So Bronson is the current Australian Blackball champion. He won his title back in March at the Nationals at Barper held at Slate Bar. So Bronson was also a contender and winner of several other trophies and titles. If you would like to run through some of those, Bronson.
I would not. Let's commentate on the game. Look, mate, I was fortunate enough to win the Australian Mixed Doubles Championships with my lovely partner, Shalee Howarth, who
shout out to Shalee.
Played absolutely fantastic and
brilliant.
Is my rock and my support base. I was also fortunate enough to make the final of the Australian men's pairs final with my partner at the time, George Bradford, and we lost to Broe and his playing partner, Greg. I don't know Greg's last name.
Excuse the pronunciation, but Saunticone? It's
but they played brilliant and deserved that
Greg's
win.
a fantastic
They
player.
played amazing. Also like to shout out to a good friend of mine, Stone Stenhouse, who is the other Australian Blackball champion.
Who is second in everything except the other Blackball championship.
He was brilliant. He topped our stats when he played in the one in March with us, and I think he dropped 3 frames the entire tournament, so he got the MVP, and well deserved. He also made the Open final and lost to Patrick Hood. So shout out to Stone. Keep doing what you're doing because it's awesome to watch, and yeah, can't wait to get back on the table with you, mate.
Feel like there could be a match coming on
Now,
for the current official Blackball champion and the current unofficial Blackball champion.
yeah, it's not a rivalry.
I'm just stirring the pot now.
It is not a rivalry, and you can stop stirring your pot. We're good mates, and that's where it will stay. Now, can we get back to the game and get away from talking about things other than the game?
Talking about Blackball. So shout out to Icon, who have done the wonderful t-shirts. You can see the players that are playing in now at the moment. Also on the shirts you'll see a little logo with the H in it for Horo Tips. So Paddy's played a good shot here. I do believe he's going to leave one of these red balls just in the jaw of this pocket and still run down the table.
I believe he will, but I'm not 100% convinced he actually meant to move that red as far over onto the rail. Because now he has to play the cannon, and he has landed in, actually, the overhead view says that it's too close to play into it.
Far too close.
But he could shoot away and still run that up the cushion.
And this was a
And it won't be classed as a push shot, but he's not going to do it. He's going to take the one over the corner. And he's in the centre pocket.
That's really unfortunate.
And Paddy scratches his head going, how did I get that much side when all I had was top? But I think he was trying to come around and break into that red, which would have been a fantastic achievement.
Unbelievable shot.
And Bro's going to pop the red over the corner for his free shot.
So he's landed nicely here. I do believe he's going to stun up the table here.
What do you think of the rules of Blackball, mate? Do you like the free shot? Do you like the fact that there is a free shot where you can play anything?
I'll be really honest.
Or would you prefer to take the international style where you just get one shot anywhere on the table?
I'll be really honest, I do like the free shot. I think it I think it changes the dynamic of the game.
We've had a rattle.
And one of the reasons I like Blackball rules is the skill shot mostly as well. Is with international rules, the turnover rule, I just don't like the turnover rule personally.
But you can still play the skill shot in international rules.
Absolutely, but that turnover part of it, I just, should you be penalised for something like that? I don't think so, and that's why I believe these skill shots should be rewarded in the sense of Blackball rules as they do, because it does take skill to do it.
I think I misheard you then, because I think you've confused me. Please explain yourself on that, because if you play a successful skill shot in international rules, it's not a turnover. You can continue going.
So, I think I might have mashed two sentences together, but it's the rules of Blackball that I like is with the free ball in itself, being able to pot your opponent's ball without issue, without penalty, and I think it creates a little bit more tactical on it. So one thing that we saw over in Morocco, and the South Africans, Zambians, the continent of Africa are very.
That's a great shot from Broe.
That's a fantastic shot. And you saw the white ball run down the table naturally to come towards the black.
He might play a touch of check just to bring it straight back up the middle of the table.
I don't think I would touch this. And I tell you what, Broe didn't touch this either.
Broe will tell you whether that rolled off or not. I'm not sure if that rolled.
But
I feel like he was aiming very thin on it. I feel like he didn't have to hit it that thin. I think that rolled. The way that Bro's been hitting a ball all day, I think that rolled off. Sorry, it wouldn't have rolled, it would have napped off. Paddy's just used his free shot to run the red over the top. So I think the only rule that I would possibly change in Blackball is I just think that your free shot should be used for. I like the New Zealand rules where you can use the free shot to move your opponent's ball, but you can't pot your opponent's ball.
okay,
So
I like that.
you can hit it, but you can't pot it.
I think that'd work well in with the rules actually, and as I was saying before, is the South Africans, the Zambians, and the teams of Africa, what they seem to do with their free shot is they will always kill one of their opponent's balls. So they have this.
Well, that's my mentality. So
they have a little touch game that we don't see here in Australia. I don't think. I noticed there was such a vast gap between every other country, and I suppose the African countries there, where they would always just soft touch, put a ball on the rail, kill another ball. Huge break.
I'll just cut in for a second. So I was talking to Greg Siegel, who's had the pleasure of playing Broe twice in this tournament, and Greg turned around and said that Broe currently right now has an absolute jackhammer of a break going, and by watching that, you can see why he's 100% correct.
Yes.
I think he's going to go yellows. I'm a bit. I can't see what he's going to do with the yellow. Oh, he played that much side on. He was trying to kick it.
So I think that is one thing. That is one thing with Blackball players, and I know Broe takes it up quite headstrong. Where the very, very first shot is you're breaking out your problem balls very, very early.
Yep.
very early. So I do believe that when you see there any problem balls, is Broe will be looking to try and dismount that problem ball within his first shot every single time. But I do agree with you. I had Greg also mention to me that Broe has quite a good break, a sledgehammer break as he says it. So Broe, with the second largest break in all of Blackball at the moment, definitely does wonders for him.
Who's got the largest?
There really is only one contender for that.
Please share.
That would be myself.
Has the largest break.
Yep, in all of Blackball.
Okay, well, Bro's got the largest break with successful rate of potting a ball off the break. Yours is definitely big, but it is dry.
Not anymore. Not anymore. With the
saw a lot of them.
With the Horo tips, you saw the only ones of them. You saw the only dry breaks.
Look at this. Bro's come up, come down. I'm not sure how he got that much check on that, to be honest.
Missed everything.
That was ridiculous. I think he was trying to pot it and check into the yellows.
So I do think here there's a little bit of this is a very, very hard transition, but there is quite a mapping transition. So taking this top ball onto the rail, I honestly think that instead of trying to pot this, just running it over.
He's going to play this with a little bit of bottom to come straight back up the table.
I think
I'm trying to work what angle he was going to use to get.
I really think that needed to be more of a safety press on that one, having a yellow ball just above the middle pocket on the rail.
Paddy Hood's just going to put this into play, knowing that the red is. Oh, he'll still be pretty happy with that because the red. He's given Broe a free shot here, because if Broe doubles this yellow, if he doubles this red into the centre pocket, his white, he should be able to roll through. No, he's looking at trying to get under. Oh wow. He's just hit that a bit too hard in order to sit that over the bag. I didn't realise he could get it in there like that. And Paddy's just going to play this yellow half ball off the red. And Paddy's still got a problem down on the jaw. That's his problem ball, so I think he's just going to play this half ball off the red. No, clean.
He's not giving clean.
I don't know what angles I'm saying at the moment, I'm sorry people.
He's got quite an eye on the cuts, Paddy. I've seen him cut a few balls that look on the near impossible cuts.
Yeah, he's very good at them for sure. I'm very curious as to how he's going to get this ball off the rail, off the centre jaw.
Not sure he's worked it out himself yet, but we shall see off this shot where his head's at. And he's jagged yellow up the top, which actually causes more harm than good, I do believe. The only...
If he's got the angle, I saw Paddy play this shot once before. He's going to play the double straight across into the corner.
It's very, very close.
It was the only shot he really had there. And I thought it was in. It looked pretty good. Alright, Broe can bring this back to an 8-7.
Just like to give a shout out, as you can see, with Blackball Australia Pool Association. So BAPA have put on this tournament for the IPA Australia this weekend, which has been great. I do like the format a little bit better than what we had on the first event, and as long as it runs through maybe a little bit cleaner for the third event, I think it could be good.
The key was we started 2 hours earlier than we normally would have.
Yes.
And it looks like we're finishing nearly 4 hours earlier than we did last time.
which is nice. We're not running off to the airport.
Oh, he's come a little bit too far now. He should be okay. The way he's queuing, he should be fine. But I obviously think he would have liked to have just been.
I think any sort of angle towards the middle of the table would have been.
Yeah, well, he's gonna take this into. I don't know. I guess this is the bottom left hand pocket, and he's gonna run off 2, and
Slightly under that.
Well, in the famous words of our mate Jamie Stevens, he decelerated through that.
It's a great shot.
Paddy Hood's landed with enough angle to get back up the table.
Yep, he actually has some.
He's got a fair bit. He can just stun it.
He's got quite a bit of angle. I think he'll stun this.
He'll just stun it.
And he'll take it through for the black ball down to the bottom right hand pocket.
Or the centre pocket.
He's landed himself on.
I think he'll go to the centre. He'll cut it into the centre.
I think
it's
this will
the
have to be a
safest option.
centre here. And he's cut that really well.
Paddy Hood is on the hill.
So a shout out to Dan Lynch and Cue Ball TV for helping us in the commentary with giving the fantastic angles on all the balls.
Yeah, this setup that Dan has is just impressive as hell.
It's unbelievable, guys. So if there's anyone out there that wants to give donations to Cue Ball TV for what they do, they're very selfless, and they actually bring a lot of tournaments to the public's eye, which is fantastic, and certainly the pool scene in itself. So thank you, Dan. Thank you, Cue Ball TV.
Yes, thank you, Dan. And not to mention the fact that the entire time the tournament's on, Dan is the one sitting down making sure all this runs flawlessly, which means he's the one in the room that's working the hardest. And yeah, it's definitely a thankless job.
I'd like to give a shout out to Coco. So Coco is a little bunny at home. She supports me while I'm here, so thank you, Cocos.
Are you going to do it?
Are you going to sing the Coco song?
I'll try and do. I don't know the rest of it. I only know the. I haven't got the voice for the
mate,
high pitch part, mate.
You know the song. So Coco, I love you. There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You'll probably have never heard anything like that on stream.
I'm telling you now, I had to squeeze them together to be able to get that high pitched.
What a story for the ages.
Yeah. Right.
So this is Paddy on the hill. He's looking confident. He's having a nice kiss on the hill. It's a beautiful shot.
This is the thing. When Paddy gets on a roll, his touch, his like he gets the rubs as well, but it's because of how good his touch is. But his mapping just goes to another level.
How good his rubs and touches are.
His rubs and touches, man. He just drops everything in. And should Paddy Hood go on to win this frame and match, this will be the second IPA Pro event that he has won. So we're going to ask him not to come to the third one.
Well, he needs to.
Just because he's already qualified.
Just like on a Monopoly board, he needs to collect all of the.
He doesn't. If
stops.
he's just doing it for the cash, then fair enough. But he's collected enough points to be a part of the world team next year. And I think, just to be fair, he should just take the next one off.
So I do believe he is going to put this one in. He's walking around the table confidently. He's getting down on the shot quickly.
He's nailed this, and unless a miracle happens, this is going to pull up and
That'll be game, set, and match.
Paddy Hood wins second IPA Pro event in a row. Congratulations to Paddy Hood. Also congratulations to Broe. You put up a huge fight.
Massive
A
fight.
couple of things didn't go your way, but mate, very, very, very good to watch.
It was a very, very good match actually. The skill level was very much on par, and I think it came down to that mental fortitude in the end.
I think it was the
running that end
Joel
of the
Younger
race.
breaking queue, but I've been on the opposite end of that break queue, and it is demoralisingly good.
So I'd like to thank all the sponsors. Again, I'd like to thank Q-Ball TV and Dan Lynch. You've worked tirelessly. We'll thank Chase Daly, but we will also thank the players themselves. So thank you to Bronson for coming to commentate.
You're
with
welcome, and I'm about to go off, sign off. So thanks, viewers, and see you at the next one.
I'll see you on the mic.
This one I think went the other way. I thought, oh shit, it's grabbed it, it's going to hang there too long. Just because they're fast table. We can roll this anywhere. That's the thing, like I know when I get into my groove or whatever, it took me ages to do it. We can roll this anywhere if Doug doesn't have to do that. You can be like there. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know where I'm meant to be. Oh, legend. There you go. Thank you. Now I know where I am. Thanks, Dan. I can see the tired in your face. I see the...
Maybe in hindsight, maybe get a little bit of pace. Yeah, you could have been anywhere on the table, but you're probably not going to miss it. Maybe just trying to maybe just do it. Yeah, no, of course.
As soon as I did, I sort of like, fuck, I'll still be good at the same time. I was like, probably shouldn't have done that. Happened to me against you people that fucking read about roles.
So thank you to those who've tuned in for the Men's Pro Series on the IPA Australia event number 2, hosted by Blackball Australia Pool Association, or BAPA. So for those who got to watch that match, we saw Paddy Hood versus Broe Shiells. We're going to introduce the runners-up first. The match was very good in itself, so we'd love to hear it from the players. So if we can get Broe down, he will come down. He's on his way. He's still coming. Broe.
Thanks, Matt.
Well done, mate. So obviously, really don't want to get in the way of that, but
Don't care about that no more.
don't care about that no more. So you played really, really well, mate. It's you had a strong start. You're out of the gate really early. Obviously through the match there was a few things that didn't go your way, but look, we all know that's pool. So from your point of view, talk us through the match.
Look, it was certainly a bit of a roller coaster. I felt I really wanted to get off to a good start against Pat. I know that he's a player that certainly once he's in his groove, he's incredibly hard to stop. So I really come with the plan that I wanted to start on fire and try and put him under a bit of pressure. Felt that certainly at 3-1 that I was doing a good job of that, and I'm sure you're probably going to mention that black that I missed to go 4-1.
Which black did you miss to go 4-1, was it?
Yeah, so I know that you know exactly the shot, but no, that's one that it'd probably keep me awake at night. That shot, it was certainly one that I'd love to have it again. Unfortunately, we don't get that luxury. So, look, it was a great experience. Pat's one player that I've always struggled playing against. He's incredibly hard to beat, and I felt I probably took a bit of a step forward in taking a bit more of a challenge to him this time. But a couple more gears to go yet.
Yep. And we did see that actually coming out of the gate. You said you wanted to come and bring a little bit of pressure, and you did that from the start, which was really, really good, and it was nice to see. There was some very, very nice shots that you were playing, and unfortunately, I guess it's one of those things where Paddy, he did get into that gear, and we were talking about the mental fortitude, and it looked, you were very composed as well. So even through that black where, it may have cost a couple of points on the board, however, you stayed calm, you stayed very much in control, and you were you kept up with him. You kept up with each other, which was nice to see. And we kept saying, once it hit that 5-5, all it was a race to 5 then. It was no longer that race to 10 because you'd sort of reset. So the composure was really, really good in that sense. Was there anything that really stood out to you through that match personally, besides that black? Because as I said, that'll haunt you, but is there anything else that had stood out to you during that match personally?
Look, there's certainly just a lot of little moments. I didn't feel I did a huge amount wrong. Probably at times, maybe a little bit of the way that I mapped the balls and went for my outs. I was probably moving the white ball a little bit too much, and certainly Paddy's sort of someone that when he's in that groove, you notice that he doesn't seem to be putting a huge amount of stroke on the ball, but it just travels, it glides for him, it goes where he wants it to go, and that's probably something I needed to improve myself and get a little bit better at, and maybe next time I'll be on the other end of the result.
Yep. And I certainly hope you are. We have another event in November, so the IPA Series Event 3, and you've proven to yourself and to everyone here, everyone at home as well, that you deserve to be here. You can pull yours on the table. Paddy being he won the first IPA event, so clearly he can play. But as you've shown, so can you. So is there anything you'd like to say to anybody at home or any sponsors?
Certainly thanks to the Clinton Bulge Motor Group down in Warrnambool. Josh and the team down there are huge supporters of me. I certainly appreciate that. To all my friends and family that are watching at home, all the messages throughout the week, it's certainly encouraging. It is a long week, it's a bit of a marathon, and I think you mentioned it before that how at 5-5 it's then just suddenly a race to 5. I was kind of taking the same approach. I don't play a huge amount of long races, so I was just throughout the game just sort of trying to reset and just almost start again and just break it down into smaller races.
Yep. So what's next for you on the cards then?
We're off to Johannesburg in South Africa in a couple of weeks for the Hawley Cup over there. So got a great team of guys that we're playing with, and certainly the competition over there is going to be really good as well. So this is a really good warm up. And
Paddy was just a warm up for South Africa, is it?
Oh well, he's probably told me a thing or two. So hopefully I can maybe play like him over there, and I'll go well.
Yep. Well, good luck, and I hope you play really well over there. So, anyone tuning in at home, the Hawley Cup over in South Africa, a lot of the players leave in what is it, 13 days or thereabouts?
Yes. Yep. Correct.
So that'll be for a long week, and as you said, hopefully this is a good warm up for you. So good luck.
Nice. Thanks, mate. Appreciate
Cheers.
it.
So we're now going to introduce the winner of the IPA Event Series 2. Same winner as the IPA Event Series 1, but we'll grab Patrick Hood, if we can, please, sir. Well done, mate. You've done really, really well. So, again, Patrick Hood, this is obviously not a new interview for you.
Yeah.
So, IPA Pro Series Event Winner 2. How does that feel for you?
It's a pretty good one. I think, this event I probably did it a little bit different than the first one. You know, the first one, it's no secret I lost the first round to Greg and had to sort of battle my way back through the loser side to get back into the winners, whereas this one was a little bit more comfortable as far as leading up to it. But then the final itself was probably, you know, the one against Mick probably started a little bit close and I kicked away with it at the end, whereas this one, you know, like a couple of rolls here or there, it was pretty tight. 10-6 probably isn't a real justified score line, you know, like it was pretty close. So yeah, wrapped to win, obviously you always are, but yeah, I think, you know, it was much closer than probably what the score says.
Yeah, and I actually had the pleasure of sitting down and watching your whole match, you know, and it was it was a very tough start for you as well. And I without criticism, so this is you know, from the heart, is I do believe in the first couple of frames you might have necessarily been losing to your own shots, and I know you certainly felt that because we could see the emotion coming out at certain points. So talk us through that, actually, because that's a very difficult. It's very easy to give up at that point in time.
Yeah.
But, you know, going to evens and then running away on the hill.
Yeah.
You know, what was that like? Talk us through it.
Well, I think with the start, like I pride myself on sort of not showing too much emotion. I could feel myself getting frustrated, especially early on. And I'll be honest, I felt cold, not as in temperature cold, but it had been probably a couple of hours since I played my semi-final, and it just took me time to get into the game. And I know that, you know, once I do get into the game and I start to flow, I suppose, that I know that I can put frames together, but it just was really a struggle early on. And I was getting frustrated, and at one point I sort of said to myself, I'm like, just relax, you know, like, so yeah, just tried to sort of keep a calm head. And then as I sort of, you know, got level and then, you know, ran away with it at the end. And again, I don't want to say ran away because, you know, Broe makes that ball to go 7-all. It's maybe a different final, but just towards the end, you know, I just tried to keep my calm, and I was pretty happy. I think it was 8-6. I made sort of a long ball and the ball on the rail sort of before the black. I sort of felt like that's
big
me.
shots.
You know what I mean? Like that's me. That's you know, who I am as a pool player. Not the frustration as the, you know, make them when they count and sort of thing. So yeah.
Well, you certainly came back under composure. We, you know, as you mentioned, you felt yourself on the frustration. We could see that both off the table as your gestures, and both on the table. But it was nice to see you sort of relax and calm down. And as you know, you've sort of clawed your way back into it. And as we mentioned with Broe, you know, it could have gone the other way at say 4-1, but you know, and again, you probably would have kept composure and clawed your way back. So I think that's a good representation of who you are as a player. But is there anything you'd like to say to anyone at home, any sponsors? Puppies?
I suppose, yeah. First and foremost, I've got to thank the missus, and I'm sure my mum were watching the final, so big shout out to them. From home point of view, like my sponsor, Slate, obviously support me a lot, Joel, you know, Kylie and whatnot.
A few people are saying the only reason you're winning games is because there's a magical break cue that you've got suddenly. So talk me.
Yeah, the break cue isn't even mine; it's Joel's. So I've borrowed that, I think, for about the last 6 months.
So like essentially this ribbon is Joel's.
Yeah. So I think I've borrowed that for about the last 6 months. Every now and then, when he needs to play a match, he'll ring me and be like, "Can I have my break cue back?" You know. So I think there's another event in 6 weeks' time or something like that. So I might hang on to it for about 6 more weeks, and then he can have it back. So, but no, obviously Slate. You know, the only Supreme table in Geelong is at Slate, and you know, I'm very fortunate that, you know, Joel looks after me with being able to play on it when I need, and that's the practice I can get. So as far as that goes, thanks to them, and just stoked to have won, and you know, love to go to three-peat in a few weeks' time. So.
Oh mate, I would love to see that. Honestly, the three-peat on something like this, that'd be career highlights. So hopefully come November. That's obvious? That's going to be your next event, or is there anything in between?
We've got our local league at we just made the grand final on. So last Wednesday we qualified for the grand final, which is in 2 weeks' time. So that's about it. But as far as tournaments and sort of stuff go, there's not a lot on. So next 6 weeks probably just take a step back maybe, and then sort of start to hit it maybe a couple of weeks before and do a bit of practice and whatnot. And I want to mention too, obviously I know a lot of the guys that played this weekend are off to Johannesburg in, next week or the week after. So a big good luck to, I'm pretty sure Broe's going as well, but, everyone that's going. So I'm sure they'll do us proud and whatnot. So, good luck to them and, anyone that's playing and more exposure for this rule set, which is pretty close to my heart now for sure.
Well, it should be with a couple of big trophies under your belt. Well done. You played really well. So congratulations on the two-peat, and we want to see that three-peat as you've mentioned. So I will be holding you to that.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. You played really well.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
And we're just going to get impression cues to present the trophy here.
No worries.
Trophy here, myself.
Sorry, mate.
Cheers.
Hold on.
Congratulations, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, boys. Cheers. I don't think you much. Thanks, bro. Excuse me.
And we're just going to wrap that up now. So that is the IPA Pro Series Event 2 that we have just wrapped up. Again, that is run by Blackball Australia Pool Association, or BAPA. So for those following at home, feel free to follow the page, contact Mark and Sam Cottingham. They put on a fantastic tournament here. It's well structured, well run. The people are fantastic that come down as well. So anyone who wants to get involved, anyone who wants to get involved, jump on board. Even flick myself a message, and hope to see you down there. So thank you to Dan Lynch for Cue Ball TV for everything you've done for the whole weekend. Thank you very much. Thank you to John Kumar as well. He's also the photographer, takes some fantastic shots. So for those around BAPA, they'll be up on the Facebook page. Definitely contact John as a courtesy thank you as well. And just like to thank everybody else who puts the time and the effort in. Chase, who I can see from afar, but he's not here. Impression Cues, who also have sponsored the event, Budget Motels, Icon Sportswear, and Horo Tips. Thanks to all. See you later. How do we do yours?
No, I'm all good. I don't do media. Oh. That's how you're doing.